This is our Earth. We were born here, we live here, and we'll all eventually die here. There's 195 different countries, 6,500 different languages, and 8 billion human beings on this planet. But that's what makes our planet like no other. Human beings have created something greater than just surviving. We created a civilization, and that's what makes this planet Earth. This is PNF 404, or the Pikmin planet. Humans don't seem to be alive on this planet. Instead, their world is conquered by strange creatures. Some bigger than others, some smaller than others. Some defenseless, and some are at the top of their food chain. Among these creatures are tiny ant-flower hybrids called Pikmin. Like primates, Pikmin are bipedal, have the ability to grab and carry objects, and have a basic level of communicating with one another. These creatures are what makes PNF 404 special. Now, the strange thing about this Pikmin planet is that there are remains of human civilization, but no humans in sight. It's rumored that humankind went extinct thousands of years ago. According to Olimar's Geiger counter in Pikmin 1, the device detects a large amount of radiation all over the planet, so a common theory suggests that humans went extinct due to a nuclear war. For those who don't know, even if you don't get caught in the explosion, all the radiation emitted from the nuke is strong enough to kill most living creatures. Maybe that's why a lot of the creatures on PNF 404 resemble animals on Earth, just more mutated. So if this nuclear winter theory is true and eliminated all of humanity, how come this house is still intact? What about this Game Boy? Even after 50 years, nature surely should have taken its course and the house would have been completely overgrown by now, let alone thousands of years. And with all the nuclear radiation lingering around, the building and structures would have been decomposed too. So why are things still intact? Not just the house, but the bricks, the fence, the gates, and most importantly, all the fruit and treasures. Everything looks basically untouched, almost as if it were placed there on purpose. In this video, I talk about the reason our captains keep crashing on PNF 404. It's gotten way too coincidental, and I strongly believe that there's a certain entity behind these crashes. Basically, the Umibōzu theory suggests that he's evolved from the Gulix into the Water Wraith into the Plasma Wraith, and he's the one kidnapping and capsizing our captains. However, the Umibozu also has the ability to shapeshift, as we see in the formidable oak when the Plasma Wraith creates its own makeshift enemies. But what if this creature is haunting more than just the life on this planet? What if he's manipulating the environment as well? Basically, what I'm trying to get at is that everything on PNF 404 is an illusion. The Pikmin planet's landmass constantly changed within a small period of time. The Earth in Pikmin 2 looks completely different from Pikmin 3, and don't even get me started on Pikmin 4. All our Pikmin 2 locations are just recreations of our Pikmin 1 maps. Now, I understand this was probably just a game design thing. Why build new maps when we already have functional maps to use as a reference? But although the locations are the same, the layouts are extremely different. And once again, game design thing. But Olimar instantly returned to the planet as soon as he arrived to Hocotate, yet the planet's changed so much. A common argument here is that when Olimar's in space, time functions slower on PNF 404, just like how astronauts don't age in space because time doesn't really work out there. But let's move on to our second case. The planet's continents are completely different from Pikmin 2 and 3's respectively. Pikmin 2 has an Earth-shaped planet. In the end cutscene, you can see what looks like Africa for a brief frame. Yet, when we return in Pikmin 3, which shouldn't have taken place too long after Pikmin 2, since Olimar is relatively the same age, the Pikmin planet's continents have merged into something called Pangea Ultima. In a nutshell, the Earth's tectonic plates shifts 1.5 centimeters every year. And no, to all my American viewers, I'm not gonna convert that to inches. The metric system is by far superior in every single way. But if the Earth's plates shift 1.5 centimeters annually, what happens when the plates eventually collide? Basically, Pangea Ultima is what Earth will look like in 250 million years. But how? If 250 million years passed, Olimar would have been dead by now. Once again, like before, time may just move slowly in space, but this is where things get weird. In Pikmin 4, the planet reverted back into an Earth-like shape. So what's the deal here? How can time move backwards? We haven't even talked about what's on the planet yet. A house. A completely intact and tidy house. Not even a speck of dust anywhere to be seen. In the last games, we saw little glimpses of an abandoned Earth. In Pikmin 2, the Valley of Repose is just a sewer and street covered in snow, with a bunch of trees surrounding it in the middle of the road. I don't even know what's going on at this point. In Pikmin 2, we collect treasures that are just human artifacts left behind. We see anything from a bottle cap to a crystal ball to a battery to a globe. God damn it. And they're all kept in pretty good condition too. But this is the cherry on top. In Pikmin 2, and especially Pikmin 3, we can just find fruit laying down on the ground. No mold, no bruising, just completely fresh and edible fruit. But how? It's common sense that fruit expires relatively quick, so how come these ones didn't? Someone or something had to have put them right there before we arrived on the planet. Now, we went from a recently overgrown Earth to a dystopian future to a house. Guys, I promise you, I love this house. It'll be so much fun to explore and I'm really looking forward to it. But its sole existence ruins everything we know about this goddamn Pikmin game. I don't see any viable argument on how we can go from Pangea Ultimate back in time to a regular society in the span of a few years. You know, the theory that Pikmin 4 is a reboot is looking a lot more likely now. But I refuse to believe that. Instead, I'm gonna blame everything on this guy. Umibozu is shapeshifting the planet into whatever he wants it to appear as to draw more people in. After Pikmin 2, Umibozu realized the captains love treasure, so that's why he started to place fruit in Pikmin 3 and more treasure in Pikmin 4. He's giving the people what they want so they can keep coming back to the planet and he can capsize them. Simple supply and demand. But what if Umibozu took this a step further? Clearly, Hokatations, Kopaites, and other aliens are fascinated with the Pikmin planet and the remains of human life. So the Umibozu didn't just create treasures, it created an entire replica of Earth to draw in as many aliens as possible. But how does Umibozu know so much about Earth and human civilization? Going back to the nuclear winter theory, what if all that radiation created or mutated a being that's existed since the fall of humanity, and as time went on, the only memory of humankind resides in the Umibozu? What I'm saying is, we are the Umibozu, or more so, the personification of him. He represents the human being that's still trapped on this cursed planet after our extinction, and that's why he lures our captains in using human artifacts. It's all he knows. Maybe the reason he's so obsessed with pulling the captains in is because they remind him of previous human beings. Instead of killing Olimar in Pikmin 3, he nurtures him. Maybe Umibozu realized that humankind messed up, and we were the result of our own demise. We nuked each other out of existence, and Umibozu feels the need to recreate a new society on Earth to commemorate humankind. After seeing Olimar work with the Pikmin and give their species life, Umibozu realized maybe there is hope for this dying planet. So he did everything in his power to keep the human essence alive. Because even though Olimar is Hokatation, his charisma, attitude, and overall being is human. One of the things about being human that I find so fascinating is that we always push forward. Regardless of what comes our way, wars, plagues, natural disasters, throughout history, humans never gave up, because that would result in our species going extinct. And we achieved all these feats by working together as a collective group. Just like the Pikmin, Umibozu is the sliver of human essence left on the planet, and although this theory probably isn't true, there's a lot we can take away from this. The Pikmin planet got so messed up, creatures like this exist. And if we continue to destroy our world and each other, there won't be much left. That's why it's our duty as human beings to respect others around us. People interacting with people is what makes this planet Earth, and if that were to suddenly stop, this planet wouldn't be Earth anymore. It'll just become a giant floating rock with water, animals, and wildlife in the vast universe. So no, this planet is not Earth. There aren't any humans or society that exists on this planet. But who knows? Maybe someone or something could revitalize this dying planet and create something even better than Earth. Thanks for watching.